And welcome everybody joining us on Facebook. Those following us also on our YouTube channel. It's nice to have you here on this special day, 21st of December, the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice. It's an interesting day, I always find, because it is the darkest day of the year, but it's also the day that has the greatest hope, because it's the day that starts to move us towards greater light. It's a very Jewish day. Find the light in the darkness, living with paradoxes. We're going to give everybody a minute to still join us on the Zoom room. Just as a reminder, this will be our last session until next year. I'm moving out of this space tomorrow morning, and so I will be in travels a little bit and resettling, and then it's the week of all the holidays, so we'll meet again January 4th, Monday, January 4th. In just 2 weeks. I know that you have a lot of those meditation that are being kept on our Facebook page. So if in between now and 2 weeks from now you need a 30-minute meditation to center and ground yourself, you can click on any of them on our Facebook page and be right back in your practice. It's the miracle of technology. It's always available. Okay, we're going to get started. So close your eyes. And bring awareness toward your breath. And take a moment, as always, to deeply relax, to deeply let go. Releasing and relaxing any tension we might uncover as we check in with the body. I like to do a little quick body scan, bringing awareness to the tip of my toes and then moving up every part of my body all the way to the top of my head. And see as I move through every limb, if I discover tension here and there, and to mindfully and consciously release and relax. It's like letting every muscle go limp. Just drop. And especially the belly, we let the belly rise and fall fully, freely with each breath cycle. And most importantly, we relax the muscles of the face. I always insist on the belly because this is the seat of our emotions. Consciously or unconsciously, we hold a lot of our emotions in our belly. especially the emotions of fear that causes us to contract, our need to control. And the face, I have found for myself at least, is this seat of thoughts. When the mind is engaged, I have found in my experience that the face tenses. And because of the interconnectedness, I have also, in my experience, realized that if I relax the muscles of the face, then the mind actually slows down. And if I'm deeply relaxed, if I work to relax more and more and more with every out breath, then I'd find that my mind slows even more. And we can do that obviously in half an hour, but with longer meditations, you can almost bring the mind to a standstill. The more you relax, the more you let go, the more you release. Because the inner experience is connected to the outer experience, then the mind relaxes as well. And it slows down. It becomes more and more difficult to hold thoughts, let alone speak. So we'll start with a threefold shalom chant. Letting the body find again the natural rhythm of the breath after the chant. Surrendering our need to control or manipulate the breath. And stepping into the ed, the witness, the observer. Observing the breath as it comes in, as it goes out. The sensations of the breath coming in and out of our nostrils. Perhaps on the right side, perhaps on the left side, perhaps through both nostrils at the same time. It makes no difference. We just notice. Perhaps the breath is shallow and short. Perhaps the breath is long and deep. Perhaps the breath is anywhere in between. And that too makes absolutely no difference. The breath is exactly as it is. We are just observing. Meditation is about letting go of our preferences, of not wishing anything to be any different than it is, of in fact saying yes to this moment, as it is, just as it is. In Hebrew, the word for that kind of yesness, of radical acceptance of ourselves as we are, of our experience as it is, of our life as it is, of our past as it was, of everything as it is Amen. One of the most powerful Hebrew words, Amen. In Hebrew, it means it is so. It calls us to realize that it is so-ness of this, of now. To let go of our resisting, to let go of our wish to control, to finally surrender into the flow of life and to be curious about where it is wanting to take us, to wonder what is the universe, God, whatever we want to call that, telling us through our life. Can we listen? Can we hear? Can we be available? We can't be available if we believe ourselves to be in charge. When we are so afraid of what might happen that we want to control everything, every moment, every aspect of our experience. This is fear. Fear that runs away from discomfort, displeasure. Fear that clings to comfort and pleasures. Fear that doesn't want to admit that everything changes. Nothing ever remains still the same. And so even in our moments of greatest pleasure, fear of letting go of those moments brings us to misery. Even in the midst of our greatest joy, we are miserable because we want to hold on to it, because we want to control it. But that's not being in the flow of life, being surrendered, being at home with isness, saying Amen to every moment. Today is the perfect yin and yang day. A day when the darkness and the light are switching around. On this side of the globe, we go from darkness to light. In the southern part of the globe, they go from light to greater darkness. Because at this level of reality, you can't have one without the other. But today, in the northern hemisphere, we turn towards greater light. And that's my invitation for you today, to turn towards your greater light, your greater light. That light within you, that is yearning to be met, that is yearning to be nourished, to be cared for, to be made brighter and brighter. When the world around us invites us into the darkness, it is that light that sustains us. That light that is always here. But we are so hypnotized by the darkness of the outer world that has so much energy. The dark side is so juicy. That we ignore the inner light of calmness and serenity, of peace and groundedness. Because for the mind, that's so boring. But I invite you today to turn towards your inner light. Or in Hebrew, O-R, you would transliterate it as O-R. Or. Vayehi O. And light was. We are beings of light. We are light through and through. We just hide it. We don't believe it. We only see flaws and shortcomings, failures. How can we be light? How can we be O? How can we be the divine vibrating, the divine shining? So we conceal the light with our mind, with the stories we tell. We cover it. We're afraid of it. Because if we knew the light we are, we would have to change how we are in the world. And the mind just doesn't want that. The mind is so used to playing the part we're playing, the role we are acting, that which has come to define us. Who would we be if not those stories, those wounds, those pains, that that pretending. But if we shed for just a moment with this breath, this mindful breath, this deep relaxation, if we shed all that lie, then we know that that which is aware of all of that is that light. We can't see it because we are it. It is the light that shines through every pore of our skin. In fact, in Hebrew, the word for skin, though spelled differently, is also O. As if Hebrew was telling us that both the inner light and the outer shell are both O, both light. You are holy. You are sacred. You are perfect just as you are. Just as you are. So breathe and turn toward your light. Turn away from darkness. On this day of the solstice, live as an expression of that light. Shift your perspective and breathe and relax and just remain aware. And we gently let go of our practice. Transition out of our meditation, perhaps by taking a couple of deeper breaths, stretching the body in any way that we feel we need. May this day be for all of us the beginning of a journey towards greater light. Whatever light you are seeking in your life, light of healing, light of wholeness, light of peace, whatever it is, from this day forward, may it grow ever brighter for you. May it grow ever brighter for our world. That all beings, because we say in Hebrew, Kol b'nei Adam aravim ze b'ze, because we are all interconnected. We all are. May all beings find light increasing as well in their life, that we might all know Shalom. Modani. Thank you.
Modani. See you in the new year.
See you January 4th.
Modani. Enjoy your parents. See you in the new year. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
See you next year.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a great lighted day.
Shana Tova.
Shana
Tova. Shana Tova.
Thank you. You have so much light. Thank you.
Thank you.
You provide so much. Our love.
Love to you.
Thank you. Bonne guérison à tes parents.
Thank you.
I'd love to, Martine.
I will share with her.
Thank you, Rabbi Olivier. That was beautiful.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova. Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
January 4th.
Thank you. Thanks for your invitation.
You're welcome.